My question is just how would you guys describe today's atmosphere in the Stroh Center's first game of this or first meet of the season in the Stroh Center? So how would you describe the atmosphere overall?
I feel like it was really good. It was great to have like a bunch of people there, and also with us having the student section out, it was really great to see the students come out and support us today.
And then also today, coming in second place, this was your first victory of the season. To you, how would you, how do you guys look going forward after winning, having a first win of the season? How do you guys try to stay optimistic going forward in the season?
We're trying to just take it 1 minute at a time because we want to gradually get better because we don't want to peak too early. So it's a good step in the right direction, and we definitely made improvements from last week. So we just want to continue that and keep moving forward.
I think it's just all about like building our confidence too. I feel like this meet, like especially on bars, we were able to build our confidence and just keep going to the next few meets.
Yeah, so I was going to say too, your bars looked a lot better over today compared to the last couple of meets as well. So kind of something else about the balance beam that was kind of a struggle today. How do you guys, to either one of you guys, how do you try to improve on that as the season goes on?
I think just going into the gym, just focusing on like using the last few meets as fire to motivate us in the gym and to say we don't want to do that again. So we're going to be motivated in the gym to change that for the next meet.
Also, it's funny because in the gym, like beam's the most competitive event. Like that's the one where everyone is like ready and fighting for that lineup spot. So it's just going to make it like even more interesting in the gym because everyone's got to fight for that spot, and it's important. It's everyone says that you win the meet on beam, so it's one of the most important events. So we've got to get that down.
Thank you.
Any questions back there? Started out pretty hot on vault and bars. Just what's that do for the energy of the team, just to be able to kind of shoot out of the gate as quickly as you all did?
I think the past few meets we've started on bars, and it was really nice to start on vault this time because it's a good way of we have a lot of adrenaline at the start of the meet, so we can use that really well on vault, and then it sets us up really well for bars. I was talking to Meg because we go 1 and 2 on each event and flip over, and we said really enjoy setting each other up and getting the meet off to a good start. So
yeah, I think vault had a lot of energy, and it's hard because starting on vault you have a lot of adrenaline, especially when it's the first event. So I think being able to settle us down on bars and use that adrenaline for certain things, because our handstands were a lot better on bars today, and we used that adrenaline to be aggressive and not hold back, and I think that was really good.
What was it like seeing Kat out there? I know she was on exhibition last week, but her first competitive in the lineups, almost 2 years. What was it like seeing her stick her vault?
I'm really proud of her because she's worked so hard in the gym, and she really deserves that spot, and she went out there and proved today why. Well, we've missed her, haven't we, over the past 2 years, so it's really nice to have her back, and I just hope that she has a really good senior season.
Yeah, we're all really proud of her. We've been seeing her work her butt off in the gym, so it's great to see her just work being paid off and everything.
And then just obviously Kira closing out on floor, just how did it feel just to kind of stick that and just kind of put an exclamation point on the floor routine for the team?
Well, I knew before I had a little bit of pressure on myself because I was trying to add up the scores I knew I had to hit in order for us to, get the win over SEMO. So I know that I work really hard in the gym on floor, and I feel like floor's my thing. So I said, and I love a bit of pressure. So I said, this is my perfect opportunity. I literally said before I went, I said, you live for this stuff. So I went out and I enjoyed it. I just did my normal.
Coach, just some overall thoughts on just being home and getting the win over SEMO and just the first home event and your first win as a Falcon head coach.
Yeah, honestly, today was an amazing experience. In the last couple days of leading up to this, with being able to work with everyone that has a touch in this program of making sure that this meet ran as well as it did, it's been great to be able to see that camaraderie piece come together. And obviously being at home, it just has that other type of charm and sparkle to it. So I was excited to be able to see that in the athletes' eyes, especially second year in the Stroh as well too, for all home meets. So I really feel like that's that piece that we're going to continue to build and grow off of and use that as momentum.
Hi, Coach. Sam Morris from Falcon Media Sports Network. My question is, Megan Bingham, she had a really good meet today, third overall at the meet, and led your team overall all around. How big has she been so far on the team as an upperclassman leader and overall as a gymnast?
Yeah, she's done an amazing job of just finding herself. She did have an uncharacteristic mistake on beam today, but you know what? She came out there and she crushed it on floor for us. She's kind of one that we're continuing to work being in this all-around position for herself, since that's a little bit new. But, you know, her being just kind of that rock and steady person, that allowing her to almost have kind of that one little slight mistake today won't rock her boat. She'll be able to get up, turn it around, and know what she is capable of and knows what she can do. So that's where you saw that piece on floor of her being able to go out and just crush that floor routine too. So that was exciting to be able to see, because I know that's something she's been working on as well. So it's just awesome to see her joy and excitement.
And then on the other side, you got Kayla Shaw as a true freshman. She's had a great season so far, and one of the top performers on uneven bars today. How would you describe her performance today and so far in the season as well?
Yeah, so Kayla's really just figuring herself out. And that's, you know, that piece when you come from club to college, there's always a little bit of figuring things out going from an individual sport to this team sport piece. And I personally say that she's done a great job of helping herself out. Are there some things she's continued to work on and grow and build from? Absolutely. But her gymnastics speaks for itself. It's great. It's beautiful. Now making sure that we're working on that mental game with this actual like competition piece is that last little, you know, puzzle piece for herself. Now, when she figures that out, she's going to be a rock on everything. So I'm super proud of her of being able to go out and just kind of continue to do her gymnastics and start to find herself within it and just enjoy the sport as well too.
And then lastly, with this being a tri-meet, it seemed like there was so much things going on with 3 teams and so much energy going on. How do you guys kind of stay focused and keep your energy up? I saw especially with the starting off on vault and having all that adrenaline. How do you guys kind of keep your energy up and stay focused with 3 teams in the gym?
Yeah, so honestly, last weekend at Central Michigan kind of prepared us for this environment because it was the rumble and tumble meet. So we had wrestling going on at the same time as gymnastics. So that gives it another feel of being able to build into this tri-meet. But one of the things that we've been trying to talk about and utilizing our resources of other people on campus that are helping our team is that it's one event at a time, one person at a time, one thing at a time. And so making sure that we came together after vault and we're like, yes, that energy was great. Now we need to take what we need for bars over to bars. And if we don't want that piece of everyone screaming and loud and cheered, then we need to make sure that we stay calm, cool, collected. Once we finish bars, it's kind of like taking that next piece. All right, that's done. We're halfway through. Let's get that mindset of what our game plan is going into each event. So that's kind of something we've been working on in the gym and continuing to still build upon, because obviously it takes time to figure that out. But that's one of those things where we know that when we need that excitement piece and that loud and that energy piece, we're going to bring it. But there are times where we need to make sure that we stay that settled in, because that's what that individual needs, you know, for them to be able to go up and do their job for the team. Then you can go crazy afterwards when they hit a great routine. So, yeah.
As a coach, how'd you like seeing that kind of fast start on vault and bars with your team?
Yeah, honestly, vault's been doing a great job for us this season. I would say that even through the fall of training, that's something that we've been consistently trying to work towards of, you know, we know that we don't have like 10 star values, which much of the country does not, but what we can do, we can be clean and we can be consistent, and we're working on now like taking that next step of landings. We had to make sure that we could do our vaults, do them well, feel confident, and then be able to take that next step of where we're cleaning things up. So I'm super proud of the vault team and what they've been able to do for the last couple weeks. And bars, you know, that's an event where we're still working and finding our groove on. That's the one that right now, like they did an amazing job today. We made a couple changes in the gym this week and really like super proud of them for stepping up and working through some of the stuff. We're being aggressive. We're trying to hit handstands, and things might be a little bit weird at times for them, but it's like settling in and recognizing that the 9 out of 10 routines you make in practice is what you need to rely on, instead of thinking about maybe that one mistake that happens every 2 weeks in the gym. So that's something, you know, I'm super proud of them for that. Beam today wasn't our best, but that's okay. I told that the end of the lineup group, I was like, that fight, that grit, that determination to stay on the beam and work for every 10th. That's what's going to make us continue to get better, that we don't need to have a hero be able to do something, but we need to make sure that we can feel confident in everything that we're doing to put up there. And being able to end on floor is just always so much fun to be able to have. There's like the energy and the hype around of everything. And we've done a lot to be able to work on that. I know that we still have little things here and there, but we have been talking about wanting to invite this community into our space. And I really think we did that at the end. And thank you to the Falcon fanatics that came out and like stood by the floor and like cheered us on after. Like, that was amazing. That's exactly what we need to continue to have while we're here in the Stro.
Kira kind of nailed that floor routine to close out and just kind of overcome SEMO. What'd you see in her performance, and just what's that speak to like the team just kind of finishing it?
Yeah, I would say Kira is someone that is going to be able to go out there, and what she puts her mind to, she can do. So it was just amazing to continue to see her step up and hold down that last spot and not really put the pressure on herself of having to like make or miss to make that matter of it all, but trusting her training. I think that's something that these athletes in general, all 21 of them, are still continuing to build, and being able to see that from their own teammates is something where you're gonna see that it's gonna continue to help our team this upcoming season. So stuff that's like that with like Kira and her confidence of being able to go out and just do that routine, or Megan DeZalio just going up and leading off events and just crushing it for us. It was gonna help Kayla continue to build her confidence, and it's gonna let others continue to shine. So I mean, I'm super proud of them today. I know that we still have more work to do, but you know, we're continuing to build. It's a slow progress, but any progress is always amazing in this sport.
Kat missed all last year with an injury, and she did exhibition last week, but this is her first time in the lineup. Just what'd you see from her, especially nailing that vault at the end?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where just telling Kat, like, you have a great vault. Just trust yourself. Once again, we don't need a hero, but we needed you to be able to trust what you've been doing, have that landing, have that step backwards, and be confident in what you're doing. And I think that's a thing that it took her till today to kind of fully feel settled into that. But hey, there's no problem with that by any means. So super proud of her for making that switch in the vault lineup and her stepping up and doing what was needed for the vault team.
Last for me, more personal side, Ball State's coming in next week. What's that mean to you, just as a head coach, being able to host your alma mater?
Yeah, I personally feel like it's super exciting. You know, I'm like pumped and proud to be part of the Ball State side, having been an alum of it all, but also just being able to be on the other side, because I think that's the biggest thing with this sport is there's a mutual respect for everyone and every program, since there are only so many programs, Division 1, 2, or 3 across the board. So it's fun to be able to have that friendly competition piece. So we just need to make sure that we stay in our lane. We do what we need to do. We now know exactly what this atmosphere is going to feel like. We know exactly what we're going to bring to the table, and just be ready to just keep doing our jobs and not let another team continue to come into our circle.